the Madman!
Welcome to the Mage cards. These are gonna push Mage in some interesting directions. Elemental Evocation is one such card that's going to push Elemental Mage. The only question is that going to be good enough to push this tier 4 deck into competition? And unfortunately, having pieced together the deck, I'm not seeing it. 2 stars. But an excellent card. Daring Fire Eater, 3 stars. There's going to be a decent amount of decks out there which are willing to use the hero power often. First of all, of course, is Odd Mage, which unfortunately I also think is going to be similar to the Elemental Mage in that it's going to be a tier 3-4 deck. But also Big Spell Mage. Big Spell Mage I think is going to be a tier 3 deck, and this card notably is not a spell, so it is not going to hurt Dragon's Fury. And in that deck, it'll be a solid 3 mana deal 3 and get a 1/1 with it. Spirit of the Dragonhawk, 1 star unfortunately. While I do like the idea of Daring Fire Eater Spirit of the Dragonhawk when you're Frostlich Jaina and then dealing 3 damage to 3 adjacent minions and potentially summoning 3 water elementals. Whew, that value. Whew. I just think that this is a little bit too much of a utility card. Just not quite good enough, I think. Pyromaniac, 2 stars. The card is an obvious addition to Odd Mage, but Odd Mage does not need value and needs to be faster, really. Pyromaniac, it's slow. Splitting Image, 1 star. It's simply too slow, and it's very similar to Effigy, which did not really see play. If you try to combine this with one of your big cards, the big card will simply get spelled out, and then it won't get attacked. Scorch! This is the card that Elemental Mage needed. The main problem is, once again, this Elemental deck, the backbone behind the entire Elemental stuff. It's just not that good. It's a tier 4 deck right now. I just don't think Elemental Evocation, Scorch, and Arcanosaur are strong enough to push a tier 4 deck into competitive play right now. Blast Wave, 2 stars. For all of the laughing I've done on Blast Wave and calling it too slow, I feel like there might be one deck where Blast Wave might see play, and that is going to be Odd Big Spell Mage. Blast Wave might just be that important 5th spell that you use as a utility card sometimes. So hey, maybe Blast Wave does have a place. Arcanosaur, 2 stars. On review, I actually think that Arcanosaur will see play in Elemental Mage sometimes. The Elementals are pretty hefty, and notably, there is no 6-drop currently in Elemental Mage. So 6-drop Arcanosaur followed up with 7-drop Blazecaller. It's the missing link. Janelle the Dragonhawk. This is one of the public's highest rated cards, and yet I'm going to give it 3 stars. Clearly a must-have in Odd Mage decks. I think that Odd Mage will not be that successful of a deck. With just 4 hero powers from Odd Mage, you can get your 7 mana 4/4 plus a Ragnaros. That's really good, but I don't think it's good enough to make Odd Mage that good. I don't think it needs to be stated that a 7 mana 4/4 and summon Ragnaros is really good, and there's a deck in the game that can specifically, very consistently do that. Problem is, the rest of that deck isn't that good. And finally, Hexlord Malakras, 3 stars. I think Hexlord Malakras is a must play in Big Spell Mage. Great card, 8 mana, 5/5, draw 3.5 cards, and don't even actually draw cards to push yourself further into fatigue, but just get copies of cards. And that's an excellent value card. Near Valley Town approves. The Mage gets a lot of cool tools for a lot of different archetypes. Big Spell Mage, Elemental Mage, Odd Mage with Elementals. It's just that, will any of these decks actually break into top competitive play? I do think that they're going to be strong enough to hit Legend with, so if you're a fan of Mage play, then there's a lot of cool toys here for you to put in a very good deck, but top competitive level play, uncertain.